Ciao, come stai? Felice anno nuovo. Welcome to 2018 on Talk Calcio TV. And on this episode, well, in the first week of this year, it's fair to say today has produced a few major talking points. Of course, last night there were Coppa Italia games. Of course, Atalanta beating Napoli 2-1. But also, Juventus beating local rivals Torino 2-0 in the Turin derby. Juventus are through to the semi-finals along with AC Milan, Lazio and Atalanta. So we're going to start with the Granata Torino because today they have sacked their coach Sinisa Mihajlovic. The former Serbian international, of course, had the team 10th in Serie A. However, just 3 wins from the last 17 competitive matches along with 8 losses and 5 draws has prompted Torino chairman Urbano Cairo to get rid of a manager for the first time since 2011 during the season. Before we could even speculate who was going to be the replacement for Mihajlovic, stepped forward Walter Mazzarri. Of course, managed Watford in the Premier League last year, left and sacked after just 1 season. Also, of course, we know managed Napoli, Inter Milan. So his replacement was lined up, to say the least. Mazzarri said recently in interviews, going back before Christmas, he'd love to return to Italian football. He was even interested in the Azzurri job. So that post still isn't filled. Is it a shock? Well, I think for a while there's been a lot of criticism of Mihajlovic. I mean, 10th position isn't bad. Obviously, the owner, or the president rather, thought last night's defeat would be the final straw. Was it just a perfect excuse? Torino obviously haven't been helped. Belotti's been injured this season. That's not how it matters. Last year they were entertaining at times. I think the loss of Maxi Lopez was another deficit they haven't filled, in my opinion. So they've sacked him, and Mazzarri returns to Serie A. Now, it's believed his contract is going to be till 2020, so a 3-year contract. Now, we all know the job he done at Napoli, reasonably well with Inter Milan as well. I think it's fair to say when he was in English football at Watford, many English football fans couldn't take to Mazzarri, his ways, his interviews. I think he was criticised as well, I think after in an FA Cup game when he played a weakened side. But he is back in Italy, and it's fair to say he will produce much entertainment both on and off the pitch, as well as in interviews. Of course, we'll never forget the time where he feuded with Jose Mourinho once upon a time as well. So he is back in Serie A. Now, other talking points, of course, there's been we know the transfer window is open. Luciano Spalletti, Inter Milan coach, said today Inter don't need many players. Now, if you're an Nerazzurri fan and you watch the last 4 games, you would disagree. If Inter want to chase a Scudetto at the moment, they look as if they're going to consolidate in 3rd. They're going to need more firepower, in my opinion, and reinforcements. Of course, they'll want to hang on to Mauro Icardi, the captain, and Ivan Perisic as well. So I think if you're an Nerazzurri fan, that's not what you want to hear. We will see as it continues. It's also been reported that Napoli, Serie A leaders, are interested in Matteo Darmian from Manchester United. It's believed that first they wanted the defender on loan. However, Man United, we believe, are only going to resell the player. They will not let him leave on loan. Other talking point, of course, Nainggolan from Roma. It is believed this weekend he will be dropped for the game against Atalanta, according to Roma's general manager Monchi. If those who don't know, Nainggolan, of course, uploaded a video onto the internet of him smoking and drinking on New Year's Eve. So Monchi's words today, players must have a winning mentality. Now, of course, player steps out of line, they are disciplined. However, I just think right now Roma cannot afford to be without Nainggolan or any of their players at the moment. They need as much firepower as they can for this week's game against Atalanta at the Olimpico. Of course, we will preview that in our next episode. It's believed also he will be found €100,000 this week as well. It's believed. That's not confirmed yet, as we know. So there we are. Mazzarri is back in Serie A. Next episode, we will preview all the build-up to round 20 of the Serie A season. The last round of fixtures, of course, before we have a 1 week's winter break in Serie A, a bit later this year. Don't know why, considering we're not going to the World Cup either. So don't forget to subscribe. Talk Calcio TV. What do you think about Mazzarri's return? Nainggolan being dropped? Do Inter need more players? Can Napoli land Matteo Darmian? Don't forget to comment below or give us a like. Talk Calcio TV. Arrivederci.